everybody. This is Christy Price, and thank you so much for joining me today for a guided practice of the 4-7-8 breathwork technique. I hope you enjoy it.
So you just want to go somewhere that's comfortable. Okay. Go to the lazy boy, lay in your bed and cover up with blankets. A lot of times people fall asleep, and that's great, and that's fine. You can lay down on the floor. The idea is that I don't want you to physically be holding yourself up. I don't want any muscular tension. So I want you to be completely and totally supported. Give you a few moments to get to that spot. And once you are in a comfortable position where you feel like you are completely supported, you'll gently let your eyes close and just begin with a couple deep breaths in through the nose and then gently out through the mouth. And then from this point forward, allow your breath to just come in through the nose and also out through the nose. And you're going to begin to count to yourself the duration of your inhale, of your exhale, and of the pause that occurs between the inhale and the exhale. So, how long are each of those? Now, anytime that I do breath guidance and I ask you to count to a particular number, I like for everybody to know that you can count as fast or as slow as you need for that number to work with your breath. What is important is that the rhythm or the cadence of the inhale and the pause and the exhale, the counting for all of those is the same. So you might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So with that, I'd like for you to begin counting 4 on the inhale, 4 on the pause, and 4 on the exhale. Allow yourself to create a steady, gentle rhythm. And when your mind drifts off into thinking, just acknowledge that and then bring the attention back to your breath and back to the counting of your breath. Now, if you're doing this for breath and this feels like it is enough for you and you want to stay here and work, then you stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, then you're going to continue to count in to 4. Okay. I want you to see, can you pause for 5? And then can you exhale for 6? And noticing if the mind drifts away, ever so gently bringing the attention back to the breath and back to the count. Now, if you are comfortable here with this count and you want to stay, of course, stay. If you want to go into the full breath technique, this is called the 4-7-8 breath. You inhale for a count of 4. You pause for 7. And then you exhale for a count of 8. Something I like to do when I'm lingering in that pause, whether you're lingering in it for a count of 4 or 5 or 7, it doesn't matter. But when you're in that pause, see if you can pay attention to where the breath is in the torso, where the rib cage is expanded, and see if in that pause you can shift the breath around a little bit in the lungs. It's very subtle, but it can be felt internally. In that pause, breathe it in, pause, and then you just see where am I not really expanded? Can I shift my breath into that space that is stuck? And then on my exhale, can I relax that space where there's not breath and prana and energy moving? Can I relax it so that on the next inhale, I can bring a little bit more breath, a little bit more energy into that stagnant space. But it's during that pause, which is why the pause is so essential. where you can feel where the imbalances are. Where am I expanding greatly when I breathe in? Okay, feel that. But where in my rib cage am I not expanding? Where is my breath not moving? Okay, you realize that, and then you breathe out and you let the musculature and the energy around that space soften. And then when you breathe in again, you, with intention, draw some of that breath without force, without strain. You draw some of that breath into that stagnant place. And then you pause and you do it all over again. Okay, did it reach there? Do I need to keep working on this spot? If so, you continue to work to soften. Or perhaps you open up in that space, and then in that pause, you recognize that there are other places that aren't expanding quite as much. And you continue to play with that. I'm going to let you play with this as long as you like. If you feel really um, rested, like you want to nap, go for the nap. Take it. When you do come back, you come back slowly, just wiggling the fingers and the toes, and rolling the wrists and the ankles. And you come out of it gently, with a new gentle awareness. I will end by saying thank you for your presence, your time, your trust, peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, and peaceful intention. Namaste.